Good morning, greetings of peace to each and everyone. In this today's session of Let's Meditate, and as you know, it is the first day of Diwali. Officially, you can say, for some it may have already begun. And today we'll be having meditation and a short talk as announced, especially for Diwali. And our today's theme is basically invoking the goodness within. So I would like to invite Sister Deepa amongst us. She will be giving inspirations on how to celebrate a Diwali a new way, and also a little bit meditation afterwards on the same topic. And just to let you know a little bit about Sister Deepa, so she is one of the senior faculty of Brahma Kumari's Business Industry Wing. She has been serving humanity for past 31 years with Brahma Kumaris, and she is doing lot of corporate programs, especially for senior management in and around Mumbai, and since past 6 months, I will say in entire India and across the globe. So I take my pleasure and privilege to invite Sister Deepa. Welcome, dear sister.
Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good morning. You can start, Didi. Thank you so much.
Om Shanti. It's happy Diwali to everyone, and it's such a beautiful morning where we are able to reconnect with the beautiful light within. And I think, as the theme is invoking the goodness within through the meditations which you have been having in this session every morning, some of you are joining every morning. You must have experienced that beautiful divinity within. And as I become aware of this divine spark of energy, the beautiful soul within, I become aware of my own virtues and qualities. And as a way, we say that we are God's creation. And so the creation always reflects the creator. And it's such a beautiful experience to remind ourselves, especially on Diwali, to be able to experience that God's love, God's purity, God's protection, every moment in our life. I think we've all had moments where we have sat down in meditation together in this session. And other than that, also some moments of prayer, some moments of reflection. But how can we invoke the goodness of God's love, His protection, so that we can experience our own innate goodness every moment? As such, Diwali, the festival of lights. And so we find that the most beautiful and imperishable infinite light is of the soul. The other lights which we put on, especially for Diwali, we decorate our home with lights. That is a reminder of this beautiful light within, which is imperishable. So, as a being of light, as a soul, a pure soul, as God's child, I am eternal, immortal, imperishable. And so, when I recognize this beautiful light within, I'm able to reconnect to the original nature of this beautiful light, that is peace, love, purity, divinity. And so, as Diwali, we see we have these beautiful lights, but also we ignite those beautiful lamps in जो छोटे छोटे मिट्टी के दिए होते हैं. And so we find that these beautiful lamps are lit in such a way that we have a deep mala, a garland of these lights. Because once one soul within the family recognizes the divinity within, the being of light, the virtues and qualities of the innate soul, once I recognize that, I experience that, I'm able to reflect that in my feelings, vibrations, the energy which I'm radiating throughout the day in the family. Automatically, I'm able to lit other people's hearts also. Their inner light also is lit. That is, they also experience that purity, that peace within. So that is why the remembrance of this in Diwali is that one diya is able to lit so many other beautiful diyas, and then there is a beautiful garland of these diyas, Deepa mala. And so in the home also, each one of us takes this thought that if I am able to keep the lit light of peace throughout the day, invoke the power of peace, the vibration, the blessing of peace from the divine, and keep it lit throughout the day. Allow myself to enjoy that innate experience of silence and peace within throughout the day, even if there are situations which are a little difficult, sometimes some conversations and interactions which could lead to some conflict. I'm able to allow that calmness to remain, that diya to be ever lit, that is adding some little oil of spiritual wisdom, of God's love, of God's remembrance throughout the day to this inner light, and experiencing that calmness within, the patience within, the tolerance within, then I'm able to lit the whole family. The whole environment at home is so light, is so peaceful and relaxed. There could be a little fireworks sometimes, a little interaction where there is a little difference of ideas, but then everything calms down because my diya is lit. I am peaceful. I am reconnected to my inner lightness of positivity, of good wishes, of unconditional love and acceptance. And I'm able to use the power of tolerance and heal the relationship. And so this remembrance is in Diwali seen as garland of diyas, which we lit, which we call as the Deep Mala. So there's not one diya, but many beautiful lights which we ignite in the remembrance of this beautiful experience. How when we invoke God's love, God's power, then the whole environment at home experiences that blessings. We also have a lot of newness for Diwali. And I think that newness is again a remembrance of this newness of goodness within, of that divinity within. We have been, like now we say after COVID, the new normal. And so till now, also for us, like we felt that anger, irritation, maybe a little bit of stress or a little bit of aggressiveness was normal. And especially in situations where we needed work to be done, things to be done, we are in responsible roles or positions, then it is important. And so the new normal at a spiritual level is how I can invoke God's way of managing, taking care of situations and dealing with people. And He gives us this new normal, that is, of being able to deal with people with love, with understanding. So once I adopt this different way of thinking, different way of responding, different way of dealing with my own self, with people with whom I interact with throughout the day, then this is the newness which has to be added, which has to be experienced every day. So, yes, surely I should wear new clothes, I should maybe decorate the home, but decorating the soul is so important because that becomes automatically reflected in the way I interact, the way I connect with everyone around me, my own entire being, my entire personality, my vibrations, my energy around me, my aura reflects that newness, reflects that light. And so it's so important for me that every day I recreate that newness. That is, I re experience, revisit, and re understand that innate light within, that innate experience of purity and divinity within. So, newness is in our thoughts now. So it's not just wearing something, but experiencing something different every day. Enjoying every relationship with a creative understanding of how I can heal the relationship. Not only trying to find out who's right or who's wrong, but healing, nurturing, sustaining the happiness and love in each relationship. Situations, yes, managing them, creating solutions, but also looking after the environment, the vibration which is there in the family or at workplace. And so the vibration also always has to be of harmony, of unity, of trust. So I can manage the situation, but the newness is that I sustain the vibration of happiness, the vibration of lightness, the vibration of harmony and trust in the environment where I am. So, this is that newness which I need to create every day. And that is why we find that again, Diwali reminds us of newness. And also, it reminds us of decorating everything. And so, we find that as we are constantly aware of decorating our surroundings, we need to also decorate ourselves every day. Like physically, we also want to wear new clothes and look beautiful, attractive. I need to beautify the soul every day. See where that little impurity or little weaknesses are influencing me at a day to day level, recognize that, cleanse that, and decorate myself with some goodness, with some virtue, with some quality which is needed in the present situations, which is needed by me to handle whatever is in front of me every day. And so decorating myself, beautifying myself is so important. And that's why in Diwali, the decoration is very important. The house is beautifully decorated, where everything new, everything attractive, everything beautiful is seen everywhere. Also, we find there's a lot of sweetness in Diwali. So we find that sweetness of my own good wishes for each other. First of all, sweetness of unconditional love and acceptance for the self. I am beautiful as I am. I am God's beautiful child, beautiful creation. I am a diamond. I am light. So, being aware of my own innate virtues, the innate divinity which the divine has given me, and automatically, when I experience that innate beauty within, I experience that sweetness of good wishes for my own self. And that deep sense of self worth, self esteem helps me throughout the day to give respect, to have unconditional love and acceptance for each other. And that sweetness of our acceptance, till now, very subtly, we see there are lots and lots of expectations from each other. And when those expectations are not met, then there is resistance. But if I'm able to have that subtle experience of acceptance, of using God's wisdom, I'm able to have acceptance, that is, share the sweet of unconditional love and acceptance with each other, then automatically I'm able to respect everyone. And slowly, resistance moves away. And so that sweetness which I need to share through my drishti, that is through my vision, by seeing each one as a beautiful soul, as God's creation, then the sweetness which I can share through my vibration, through my energy, where I have love and respect for everyone. There is this experience of happiness, of interaction and sharing moments. There is also the sweetness which I can share through my cheerful face, through my smiling face, through my words, which give comfort, which give strength, which give hope, which give empowerment to each other, which are able to heal that person's state of mind at that moment. And so that sweetness which I can share through my words and surely through my actions, where I'm able to give happiness to each other. And so we find that the sweetness which I can experience and share every day, because those sweets we cannot eat every day. Doctors are not very happy and they keep telling us that we should be careful of our diet, not use a lot of sweets in that. But this sweetness of love, of good wishes can be shared every day. And for that, we don't even need to always constantly be talking to each other, but through our thoughts, we can share that sweet love through our vibrations, through our thoughts, through our energy, which in our spiritual study we call as Mansa Seva, serving through the mind. So, how much sweetness I can share every day to my family, to the work where I am, workplace, which is also my family, big family, and the world family. And so we find that to be able to celebrate this beautiful occasion of Diwali in this beautiful way, in this new way, in the spiritual way, in a more relevant way, we need to invoke God's love, God's goodness, because He's a source of all goodness. Today, many times, because of the situations outside, we are unable to reconnect to our own goodness because we are influenced by what's happening around. The media constantly giving us information, our own interactions sometimes having some stress, situations which are unpredictable, which we are not prepared for coming in front of us. And so, because of that, we are not able to experience that lightness and goodness within at that moment. And so, our connection to the Supreme is so important because that's the way in which I can invoke God's love, His strength within me, and allow myself to share that goodness, share that sweetness in that interaction or relationship or situation which I am experiencing at that moment. So, that constant experience of beauty, of goodness, of love, of happiness inside depends on my connection with the source of love, with the source of goodness, how close I am. And as close I am, it's easy for me to connect, it's easy for me to allow God's energy to work in that situation. And as soon as, even if we remember Him for a moment, in these moments of let's meditate when we have been sitting down and connecting with the higher source, the universal energy, the supreme parent. Every moment which we have connected to the higher source, we have experienced His love, His strength. And so, if throughout the day I'm able to create those little moments, where many times we have shared this uh, possibility of using this app called Just a Minute, or so many other support systems which you can use, where every hour you have that little moment where you again light the diya within. Because maybe for that past hour, there would be some situation which had been a little difficult, a little critical, and so you were again a little disturbed, restless within. But again, if I am able to take a moment to lit the diya within, to reconnect to the source of strength, to the source of wisdom, then I'm able to again invoke His strength, His love, God's companionship, His energy, which is unlimited, which is ever pure, which is always giving, always the benevolent bestower. As soon as I am able to experience that loving connection with Him, I'm able to allow His energy to work to first take care of my state of mind, empower it, heal it, and then automatically my state of mind is creating the vibration around me. It is also impacting my relationships, and it's impacting the way I'm handling everything, my efficiency, my productivity in any situation. And so we find that it's so important for us to keep the diya lit within. And that's what I think is a very powerful message which we can take in this Diwali. To keep ourselves ever lit. To not allow the diya of love, of peace, of calmness, of benevolence, of forgiveness to be, you can say, influenced by the darkness of any negativity, which can be triggered because of situations which are there in front of us. So sometimes these storms come and the diya is off. And so we have to be always alert. So as you know, physically when you celebrate Diwali, you have lit your diyas in your home, but then you want it to be ever lit throughout the day because there's so many people coming, and maybe now because of COVID, people are not coming and visiting so much, but you have the friends around. So for that, you are putting the oil hmm, every time. Maybe after a few hours, you check the oil in the diya. In the same way, throughout the day, I have to put this oil. I have to spend those little moments with myself to reflect, which we are learning through this beautiful session of Let's Meditate. So, putting that oil constantly throughout the day is so important so that then I'm able to experience that positivity, that purity, that peace. And it's easy for me to manage everything which is coming with happiness. So we find the experience of happiness has to be constant. That is why in Diwali we share, we are celebrating in such a way in which we can exchange that happiness and joy with each other. So we have firecrackers, which now maybe we are taking care because it's also not good to add to the pollution. But why are we celebrating in this way? Just to create happiness. So, how can we create that experience of happiness throughout the day? And that's why putting this oil, that is awareness, those little moments of awareness throughout the day. And so in the Brahma Kumaris, we have this beautiful little tools, like just a minute. Other tools are also available where I can become aware and again reconnect to the higher source. Experience a relationship of friendship with Him. Every day, every situation, I experience His companionship. And as soon as we experience His companionship, the color of His state of mind, His virtues, His qualities influences me. So, why not experience this very beautiful friendship with the divine and experience that loving connection with Him constantly so that I'm able to become aware of my own inner purity, inner strength. Because very subtly, we are always in this awareness that we need to fill ourselves from the divine, but we find that the first step is connecting with my own inner self, my inner light. When I become aware that these virtues and qualities are my nature, they are my true state of mind, they are my inner qualities, then I can refresh these qualities, I can replenish these qualities, I can recharge these qualities in the presence of the divine. So I'm sure each one of you will be celebrating Diwali now in this beautiful way, adding to the way in which we are celebrating in an external way. Surely we should, because there is this experience of victory over these challenges which we have faced in the 7, 8 months, where all of us have gone through so much of turmoil because of some or the other situations. Some of us have lost our friends in these few months. Some of them have had gone through so much of pain and stress because of the illness and also other things which have affected maybe our jobs, maybe our relationships. So many things have been affected, maybe financial difficulties. And yet we find that each one of us has kept the hope within, the strength within to deal with every situation. So each one of us has had that determined faith that everything will be fine. And so Diwali is also a festival of hope and victory because we have been able to gain victory over these difficult times of these 7, 8 months. And we still have to be careful. Yes, we will be careful and have all the norms so that we can follow all these norms so that we can take care of our health. But we will not allow ourselves to be stressed or having any fear or anxiety. So, victory over the fear of this illness, victory over the restlessness or the stress within which has accumulated because of this situation, because of this mm, present times, that victory is celebrated as Diwali. So we have to celebrate this victory and share this happiness with each other and always enjoy that happiness and goodness within by remaining in the company of the divine. And He is always available for us, always taking care of us, especially in these situations. Every morning when we get up, if we can allow ourselves to mm, invoke just a few moments of God's blessings, allow ourselves to feel His light of love, His light of blessings, His divine energy always around us, protecting us, healing us, keeping us happy for the whole day, but also visualizing this and having these few moments of every member of our family in the experience of God's light, every member of our family at work in His divine light, and even the world. And those little moments which every day we meditate for ourselves, for our family, for our people at our workplace, and the world is the most beautiful gift which we can give every day to the world. The world requires this. So we can invoke that awareness of being an instrument to heal the world. And it's so important for us today. So we take up this responsibility, yes, this newness of this responsibility that every day we will spend at least 5 minutes to heal the world through our vibrations, through our experience of connection with the divine, the newness which we need to create today. We become instruments of hope, angels of hope, of strength, of happiness to the world. And so let's have a few moments of experience. Yes. So maybe we can enjoy now this experience of invoking God's love and His calmness, His happiness, His strength. So let us spend a few moments. Allow your mind to slowly calm down. Collect your awareness from the outside. There have been many things which have happened before I've joined the session. I allow my mind to disconnect. There is a lot of planning going on in your mind for the whole day. And yet I choose to be with myself. And as I reconnect to this inner silence within, I feel the light. I become aware of the being of light shining between the forehead. I am a being of light, a being of peace. I enjoy this awareness that I am a peaceful soul. I absorb the feeling of calmness and peace in this awareness that I am a being of peace. Peace is my original nature. I no longer need to keep searching for it from outside. I can reconnect to this experience experience of silence and calmness whenever I want. Enjoying this inner calmness, let me travel with light through my mind's eye. I see myself, this beautiful ever lit diya, this beautiful star, a spark of divine energy, traveling to the world of light. And as I visualize this large expanse of golden red light, the world of silence, my spiritual home, where I'm so relaxed and peaceful. I feel the calmness and serenity of this world of silence, where I'm so free, free from the burden of responsibilities, free from all those expectations in relationships, free from the pressure of my routine activities, completely free, light, relaxed, enjoying this awareness of silence and peace. And as I reconnect to the ocean of peace, I visualize the supreme light as a beautiful divine spark of energy, just like me. And yet, the supreme light is the ocean, the source of unlimited peace and calmness. And as I allow God's peace and silence to fill my mind and heart, I feel so relaxed. God's unlimited calmness slowly merges those feelings of fear, anxiety, and stress that sometimes keep disturbing me, worrying me. I'm able to surrender all my fears, all my worries, and be completely free. God's silence and peace within my heart. I feel so relaxed, so free, so strong. Of God's wisdom that everything happening is good and has some benefit. And as I experience wisdom, I'm able to change my thoughts from negativity, hopelessness, worry, feeling of being a victim, restlessness, to stability, sense of strength and confidence to being positive, powerful, and being able to see a solution in every situation. As I invoke God's wisdom, I know that this is going to take me towards light. I don't hold on to the darkness within, or stress, or fear. It's my choice. I can experience the light of God's wisdom, learn and move forward. As I experience God's company, His unlimited pure love for me fills my mind and heart with so much of security. I feel so protected. God's love heals me, makes me feel accepted, understood, loved. And I no longer now seek for love, seek for appreciation, acknowledgement from the outside. I recognize that those people around me, my family, my work, are also in their own journey. And I no longer need to wait for them to change, to understand, to accept, or give me love. The ocean of love is always with me, filling my mind and heart with His pure love, understanding, and acceptance. I feel so protected. I feel so complete in this experience of being loved by the Supreme. I know He understands me. He knows my weaknesses. He knows my flaws. And yet, His vision of benevolence, of complete acceptance, of constant support, guidance, gives me so much of strength. I experience God's unshakable strength with me, giving me the courage to face any difficult situation in front of me. In the present times, I accept that this new normal will have difficult situations sometime or the other, and I'm prepared. This awareness that the all powerful one, the ocean of strength, is with me makes me feel so strong, where I know that whatever is the situation, the crisis in will be able to deal with it. My siblings to be able to manage situations, deal with them with courage, patience, experience, deep faith in myself, in the company of God's strength, God's canopy of blessings. And as I visualize myself in the circle of divine light, God's love, His blessings always with me, keeping me safe, protected, healthy, and happy. And I visualize this light of God's blessings over each member of my family. I remember them, my life partner, my parents, my children, my siblings, each member of my family. And I see them in the light of God, protected, the canopy of God's blessings. Then I see the world as my family. And as I visualize a globe, I see each one of the world family as a beautiful light. God's blessings, God's healing energy, filling each light, each soul, each of my brother's soul with peace and happiness and hope. And as I see the entire world, each soul ever lit this experience of God's blessings and love. God's healing energy, healing nature, filling strength, hope, faith, everyone. As I see this beautiful scene of the world as a globe, and each soul as ever lit diya. This is the true Diwali. I merge God's blessings in my heart, and this vision of remaining light and filling light and strength in each one who's interacting with me. Merging this awareness, I return back to the present.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, dear sister. I think you covered all the aspects very beautifully. What we do on Diwali, how to ignite the inner light, how to bring the newness in within, what sweetness we have to bring. So I think all aspects you covered very nicely. And sister, do you have time for five
Yes,
minutes for
yes,
question and
yes.
answer?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So if anybody would like to ask any questions, please send me on the chat window. I can take it up.
Lots of good wishes for Diwali to each one of you.
Yeah. And as sister mentioned, we know that it is a challenging times because we might have lost someone near one or dear one, and we are sending lot of love, positiveness, hope, gratitude for all those who have been working hard really in these challenging times also.
Especially our COVID warriors who have
Yeah,
been taking care of so many people in the hospitals, in homes, the doctors, the
yeah,
nurses, everyone working tirelessly.
that's true. If you want to ask a question, you can raise your hand or you can send me on chat window.
You can also share a thought if you want.
Yeah, any inspiration or any good wishes you want to say, you can also open up. It's your floor. I think everybody is in meditation yet. They don't want to comment words. Let's see a minute more. And if you can indicate anyone who has come for the first time today, maybe you can raise your hand or just indicate. We have some participants on YouTube also, and I'm getting the messages of the happy Diwali and thank you so much for this beautiful session.
Happy Diwali to each one of you.
I got one question, sister. How to face challenges at workplace from Mahesh?
Yes. The time is such that everyone at workplace is facing some challenge, especially because of the impact of this COVID situation on the economy. Some challenges are there. Some very difficult challenges of people losing their jobs also are there. Sometimes there are some companies who are not able to pay money now so much, reduce their packages. Also, we find that because of stress, people are restless, people are impatient, people are irritated. And so when we are interacting with these people around as colleagues, as seniors, surely the environment also becomes stressful. And people may react and say things which can hurt us. At this time, we need to understand and see the pain which every soul is going through. So whenever a person is unpleasant, irrational, unreasonable in his behavior or her behavior, we find that whenever a person is reacting externally, if you reflect and you are able to see their state of mind at that time, they themselves are in pain. They are in some chaos within. Somewhere they are not able to manage their state of mind or feelings at that time. And if I'm able to see that pain and stress which they are going through, I'm able to allow my mind to be patient, to be calm, and give them at that time the feeling of unconditional acceptance and the vibration of peace, the vibration of stability, and able to invoke my inner tolerance and be stable. And surely within some time only they will realize and they will come back. But what happens is that if I'm not able to remain stable at that time and tolerant, then we also react. They are reacting, we are also reacting. And so the environment becomes more complicated, more heavier, more stressful. So in the present times, this is a gift which we can give. Like in Diwali, we give gifts to each other, but still we find that those gifts, are temporary. Maybe they do give us happiness, but if we can give this imperishable gift of acceptance, of unconditional tolerance to each one at that moment when they are angry, when they are irritated, when they are reacting. And surely we can choose some other moment, sometime, to talk to them, to explain to them about our perspective, from where we are coming, and clarify the matter. But at that moment, if I'm able to just accept and be a little tolerant and calm, then it makes a big difference to sustain the harmony in the environment. So this is a gift which we can give to each other. We also have had situations where people are facing with financial challenges. And at this moment, I think this is a very powerful message which we are getting from nature, resources, the unlimited resources of the world, that it's time to come back to our original nature of simplicity. And so, surely, with our sincerity, hard work, we will be able to fulfill our needs. But when we are able to accept this new normal where we are able to enjoy the simplicity of life, we'll find there are many things which we don't need. And so, if we are able to happy and contented with the simplicity of our life, we'll feel more strong, more stable financially also. And so, every challenge which is there in front of us, at work also, we have to move towards solution. I think that is a gift which we can give to at our workplace also and people around us. And for this meditation which we are practicing every day is so helpful because every day it strengthens us for the day. And if there's something which has impacted us from yesterday, it heals us. And lots of good wishes so that the situation will be taken care of itself.
Yeah, in key, I will say acceptance, firstly, of whatever is happening around me, and our whole session of invoking the goodness within. So that will create a wonderful space within to just accept everything around. Not only accepting, but
Mm.
giving the good wishes, whoever is around me and who is working with me in any way, direct or indirect.
Yeah. And being able to remind ourselves of those special times where they have given us support, where they have always been available for us. So reconnecting to the positivity and goodness of that soul. And so automatically the situation will get healed.
Yeah. Anyone else? Maybe we can have the last question if anyone wants to ask. I'm getting many Diwali greetings. Thank you for the session.
Lots of greetings to you also.
Thank you for all morning incredible meditation sessions. It's wonderful to have these for such wonderful service, selfless service. Feeling blessed to receive the subtle gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the messages. Okay, so thank you so much to all the participants on YouTube, on Zoom for joining our session this morning or evening if you are other part of the world. And we look forward
Yes,
to have you again. So a lot of happy Diwali,
yes.
Diwali greetings to each
And
and
one
everyone.
thing, Chandra, I would like to add that
Yeah.
today, from today, we every day, we can Diwali, we take up this beautiful thought of giving this gift of
Mhm.
1 or 2 minutes of healing energy to the world every day. because today we find that it's so important. The world requires this, needs this. So, as in meditation sessions, we are being guided every day. mm, Throughout the day, whenever we want, 1 or 2 minutes of healing energy to the world and to the family.
Yeah, wonderful closure, I will say. That just remember this last aspect what sister said just now, to give the healing energy for the entire humanity, because that is needed right now in this moment. And also one wish or one suggestion from my side for this Diwali, let's make it really e-Diwali or eco Diwali, because really pollution is very much uh, it is a catalyst for increasing the virus for COVID. So let us heal our earth, as I already mentioned, by saying no to crackers as much as we can, and let's be eco-friendly and soul-friendly. So thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to have you again tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Thank you
Happy
so much.
Diwali again and to your family and everyone around you. Lots of
Thank you
happiness.
so much, Deepa Didi, for joining us. Thank
Thank
you so much. Om Shanti.